Welcome everyone to an informal conversation I'll have here with Tanya Wallace, who's the chair of our deputation to General Convention. Everything we decided there is going to impact our church for a long time and certainly over the next 3 years. So we'll have a little conversation about the highlights of that time.
Great. And first I want to say the biggest highlight is working with our deputation. It wasn't just you and me. There was a whole troop of folks who have been elected by the diocese, clergy deputies, lay deputies, our communications missioner, lots of folks from the diocese who did a great job of representing us and also bringing back information to the diocese, which is so important.
Yeah, they were delightful to work with and had really great conversations.
Yeah, and a lot of fun.
Certainly a big highlight of the convention was the electing of a new presiding bishop. And that goes with saying thank you to Michael Curry, who is an incredible force for the way of love in our church for the last 9 years. And we were thankful too that he was healthier than he's been in a while, so he could be with us at General Convention. And then we very prayerfully decided among 5 very good candidates. And quite frankly, I thought it was going to take several ballots to get to 50% plus 1. But amazingly, on the very first ballot, Sean Rowe, the youngest candidate, was elected presiding bishop. So I think in the House of Bishops, who does the electing, House of Deputies, who affirms the vote, there was really a consensus about what his message is and how we need his message. Sean is a very faithful, very spiritual person, quotes Thomas Merton a lot, which I like. But he's also really into organization, how organizations work. And he's realized that the Episcopal Church is smaller than it's ever been, and yet the top rung of the Episcopal Church is bigger than it's ever been. And so he's really committed to what he calls not spending so much money at the top, but pushing that money down to dioceses and to parishes where the ministry actually happens.
Sean's an old friend of mine. We've worked together in the church on various levels, and he's brilliant, and he knows the church inside and out. And I think that's great, because it's funny that when you talked about the first ballot, I think the church was really clear about what we want going forward. He knows the structure of the church and is steeped in the tradition of the church so beautifully that it's not just throw out everything we've always done and try everything new. It's really start where we are and honor who we are and be open to God's will going forward, which I think is beautiful. Yeah. We didn't just elect a presiding bishop, we also elected a president of the House of Deputies. We re-elected our current president, Julia Ayala Harris, who is the I think also the youngest, actually, president of the House of Deputies, and also the first woman of color, which is exciting. I do want to name that our own Zena Link ran beautifully and faithfully for that position, and I'm so proud of her. And she was also so gracious when the church went in another direction, but I want to honor her leadership in the church, which continues to impact us in so many ways.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.